You've been married to Mr. Kim Taeyang for last 1 month. Though he looks after you well, you guys have never been intimate yet. You have no doubt that he cares for you, but sometimes you cannot help thinking about why has he never come close to you. After having his lunch with Miss Choi, Taeyang came to take your class at 1:30 p.m. just like the regular days. Miss Choi has been a friend of Mr. Kim for many years. They studied together during their college days, and even now they both teach at the same university. She's an attractive woman with perfect combination of good looks and intelligence. All the girls of the school look up to her. As Taeyang gave notes to the class, there was a knock at the door. "Hey, sorry to disturb your class." "No problem, please come." "You forgot your pen with me." "Oh, thanks." Miss Choi smiled and left. My, she looks so stunning. You took a heavy breath and continued writing down your notes. "What happened? You sound pissed." "I don't." "You do. Is everything okay with you and Mr. Kim?" "What is there not to be okay about? Everything is fine. Absolutely fine." "Now I'm certain that you're hiding something. Tell me, I'm your friend. Maybe I can help." "Alright, let's talk during the next break." "So tell me, what is the problem between you and Mr. Kim?" "Taeyang and I haven't gotten intimate yet." "What? How is that even possible? It's been a month you guys got married." "I know, right? I used to think maybe he's a little too reserved. But now it has started to scare me to think, what if he doesn't find me attractive enough?" "Don't you even think like that. You're very pretty." "Not enough for him, maybe. Sometimes I feel, what if he likes someone else?" "I don't think so." After some hesitation, you said, "Maybe Miss Choi?" "Don't talk rubbish. They're just old friends." "I used to think the same too. But look how happy he looks when he's around her. They both smile more when they're together. They eat and work together. They read together. No, Ryan, don't think like that." "Listen, I don't think Mr. Kim is like that at all." "Then what should I do?" Why don't you try seducing him?" "What? You crazy? You think I have the guts to attempt something like this?" "I know it sounds tough, but I've heard seduction works on most men. There isn't any harm in giving it a shot." The bell rang and you guys went back to the class. But Jay's words kept repeating in your head till you got home, and you finally decided to take her advice to brave it. It was evening time and Mr. Kim had come home. He loosened his tie and took off his overcoat. After getting freshened up, he started to look out for you. "Wine?" He got no response from you. He grabbed himself a glass of water and started climbing up the stairs while calling you out. He saw the beams of warm light coming out of the bedroom. He followed it and entered the room. He got shocked seeing you stand in front of him in a seductive, revealing lingerie. You walked up to him, and while swinging your hair to one side, you tilted your head at him and said in an erotic tone, "Hello, Mr. Kim." "What is going on?" You moved your pelvis against his and said in a breathy, husky voice, "Why? Don't you like what you see?" Taeyang glared at you in anger. "Come close to me. You know you wanted to." Taeyang pushed you away and screamed at you. "Have you cheapened yourself to this level? Go put on some clothes." You felt humiliated and outraged. Your eyes got teared up. You wore your silk gown over your lingerie and stormed out of the room. You climbed down the stairs and locked yourself up in the other bedroom. You felt disgusted and you started to weep. After half an hour, you heard a knock at your door. "Ryan?" You wiped your tears, but you did not respond. After knocking and calling you out several times, "Ryan, please open the door. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have reacted the way I did. Please open up." In time, you opened the door. From your dark red eyes, it wasn't very difficult for him to tell that you had cried a river. After some hesitation, he looked down and apologized. "I'm really sorry, Ryan." You asked in your choked up voice. "Why?" "For shouting at you. I shouldn't have." You turned your back on him and cried out. No, you insulted me. You disrespected me. You made me feel like I'm a whore. Please don't say like this. You turned your back to face him, and his heart was pierced to see you crying. Do I look like a bloody hooker to you? I was just trying to come close to you. Do you think it was easy for me to do all this? I did all this only for you. Please don't say like this. It's just that I wasn't prepared to see you like that. It's true that you're my wife, but since so long I've just seen you as my student that it's hard for me to look at you this way. It's been a month, Young, since we are married, and not for once in this entire 1 month have you ever touched me. Don't I deserve some love from you? Young wanted to hold you tight and embrace you, and wanted to tell you how much you meant to him, but something inside of him was not allowing him to set free. I'm really sorry, Vayan, but please understand, I do like you very much, and you don't need to do all this. You came close to him and looked him right in his eye. I want more, Taeyang. Those deep eyes of yours moved something in him. I don't want to remain your student forever. I want more from this relationship. You left the room. That night, you both slept with your backs facing each other. The next day. Usually in the mornings, you and Taeyang go to the university together, but next morning he noticed that you had already left before him. Taeyang was ashamed at his behavior. He desperately wanted to seek you and apologize to you. After reaching the university, he kept looking for you. After finding you, he wanted to talk to you, but you straight away refused. Even during the lecture, you kept taking down his notes, but you did not even look at him once. It was almost like he didn't exist for you. This went on for about a week. Even at home, you would just study, eat, and sleep. There was pin-drop silence at home throughout. It wasn't in his nature to pacify someone to this extent. The more days were passing by, the more angrier he was getting. Taeyang was dying to hear your voice. He himself couldn't believe how desperate he had become for your attention. One day, he just couldn't take it anymore, and he went up to your room to make an attempt at talking to you again. Vayan, please just talk to me once. You remained silent. Taeyang lost his cool. He held your arm and said one more time in a little more firmer tone. Would you just stop what you're doing and listen to me for once? Sure, sir. Why not? After all, I'm here to take orders from you just like an obedient student, isn't it? Taeyang released your arm and bit his lips. He felt helpless. Please stop saying all this, Vayan. You're taking it all wrong. What else am I supposed to do? Just talk to me once. Your silence is killing me. Since you're my professor, I can't even do anything much besides going silent, can I? Taeyang walked up to you. I'm not just your professor. I'm your husband too. Oh, thank God you remember that. Because the other night it didn't feel like that at all. Taeyang bowed down his head in shame. Look, I know you're angry with me, and you have all the right to be, but please don't remain so quiet. He took your cheeks in his hands. I can't see you like this. You're the life of this house. Yell at me, scream at me, fight with me, but please say something. Your silence is killing me. No, I'm better off like this. You anyway still look at me as just your student. I might as well behave the same at home too. Quiet, disciplined, just like how you prefer it. Taeyang couldn't control his feelings any longer, and he straight away smashed his lips on yours. You got shocked as you did not expect this. He broke the kiss after a few seconds and looked into your eyes. It was so sudden for you that you just went speechless. In that one moment, all of your anger vanished and your face started to glow. That was probably the first time Taeyang looked at your face so closely. You could see his gaze moving from your forehead to your eyes, to your cheeks, to your lips, and to your neck. Oh my God, Vayan, you're so beautiful. You melted with shyness. He hugged you tight. I'm sorry, baby. I shouldn't have yelled at you the other day. I love you. I love you too, Taeyang. He leaned in again and kissed you softly. You both closed your eyes, and this time you responded too. His kiss became more passionate and his fingers started to move in your hair. You wanted to hold him too, but you were a bit nervous, and he could sense it. He took both of your hands and made you put them on his shoulders. He then held your waist in his hands and pulled you closer. Your bodies were totally pressed against each other. Your hands were moving all the way from his shoulders to his back, and he kept kissing you like there was no tomorrow.